it's Adriana, and this is my review of This Is the End. I got to see This Is the End last night at an advanced screening, and I've been really excited for this movie because I like Seth Rogen and I like his brand of comedy and the Judd Apatow style films that have been kind of dominating the comedy world for the past few years. And This Is the End does not disappoint. It is completely in that vein. It's one of the funnier efforts of Seth Rogen and crew to come out recently. And this is actually Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, their directorial effort, and they also wrote it together. Judd Apatow's not involved, but it is basically every actor who ever worked with him. And the main cast is Seth Rogen, Baruchel, who is basically like the star of this movie, and I think this will be really good for him as an actor because he's made appearances in these films and he's done a lot of smaller indie stuff, but he hasn't made a huge major breakthrough, but this is kind of his chance for that. Jonah Hill, James Franco, Craig Robinson, and Danny McBride. So they're the main group of people, and then there's cameos galore in this film, which is really great. I love cameos, and this film is actors playing themselves, so you kind of expect it to be, one of those cameo-filled pop culture reference kind of things, which it does in a really great way. This Is the End is about a house party at James Franco's that is interrupted by the apocalypse. And it's completely hilarious. It's not a fresh idea, but the humor that is put into it is kind of fresh for that kind of film, like a comedy about the end of the world. The very crude humor, very completely about sex and drugs and violence and all that, but it's funny. This movie is particularly interesting because everyone's playing themselves. They all play this very heightened version of what society kind of thinks these people are like. So you have James Franco, who's like overly pretentious and completely full of himself. Seth Rogen, the total stoner, total but like nice guy, and the whole conflict within this movie is that Baruchel doesn't feel like he fits in with Seth Rogen's new friends. They're old friends, they were friends, they're both Canadian. Jay doesn't like anyone that Seth is now friends with, and he doesn't want to go to James Franco's party, and he ends up getting stuck with these guys after they have to stick together once the end of the world hits. Anyways, I don't want to give too much plot details away, but it is a funny movie. It had everyone laughing, like, continuously throughout, sometimes applauding with laughter. There was some, like, really big, huge, funny moments that had the audience just, going crazy. And it was an interesting take on this very kind of overdone topic in film. I don't know if it can, it's so based in on these people and this humor and this time that it could get old just because of the amount of references it kind of uses. But other than that, I think audiences will love this movie. I think if you're a fan of these actors and this kind of humor, then you will probably love this movie. The special effects in it aren't top-notch, but it's a comedy, so I don't expect it to be this spectacular visual show, but it works in the context of the film. I think Seth Rogen he's a really good writer. You don't really realize that he writes a lot of his stuff. Yeah, so This Is the End. If you're a fan of any of these people, you will probably love this movie, and I guarantee you it's not always intelligent, but it is hilarious. So that's my review of This Is the End. I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to discuss the film, please comment below. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. Thank you.